Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another fun discussion on all things Minecraft. My name is Kimberly Quinn. It is my pleasure to be out in the woods here today to have a chat with you. And Giovanni's here too. He's like my little mascot. He's so happy to have shaken that bright orange fleece. It's actually one of my running and skiing outerwear things that my godson gave to me like 20 years ago. It's amazing I still have it. And he didn't like being restricted. I get that. So anyway, today we're going to have a talk. I think I'm going to title it Baby Steps. So here's the thing. What we're really talking about is our resilience bank. That's what we're talking about. Becoming stronger emotionally, also physically and spiritually. Right now we're talking about baby steps because sometimes what we had in our heads, and I'm thinking, it's true, I think, most of the time, and also in the holiday season, I'm thinking more January, really, where after we go through the holidays, we're all indulgent in everything. We kind of reflect on the year behind us, and da-da-da-da. You know, that's everybody decides I'm going to go buy a Peloton now, which actually I've been interested in, to be honest with you. But, you know, people go buy exercise bikes, and, like, all of a sudden, I ate too much and drank too much, and it's cold and dark early, and I've been sitting on the couch for way too long, and I'm feeling guilty and bad about myself, and so I'm going to go splurge on a treadmill. And that's, you know, of course, this is why they're wonderfully on sale on, you know, Craigslist and everywhere else at the end of January, because that doesn't work. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. Just, it can work. I think most of the time it doesn't. There wouldn't be such an onslaught of sale items on eBay and Craigslist and all over the place, because people realize that's a bigger leap than they often want to take, right? So the baby steps work. So we're going to talk about that. So just a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't even remember now, because it blends. Why? Because I love doing these so much. We talked about cleaning your car, and, you know, it makes you feel better. And actually I went straight yesterday to the car wash. I'm actually going to go again today, because I went straight and like took my own suggestion, and there was a line, and so I couldn't do that. So today I'm going to do that on the way into campus and just vacuum it and everything. So it's so true. So I have a couple more for you, because here's the thing. I know for a fact these make you feel better, and we don't always realize that these small things really stack up like Legos, and they go in the resilience bank. So think of it like a bank account. Just like I tell my students with self-esteem, you can slap it a well-being account. I think resilience works what we're doing now, because we're talking about becoming stronger in however way you want to define that. Becoming stronger and higher, you know, higher vibrations of our best self, living our best life. That's what we're talking about. So if you think of it like a bank account, even if you put in, you know, $5 a week as a kid or something, or now, because $5 can be a lot at any given time. And it's watching it, like back in the day, they used to give you like a little book, different than now, everything's, you know, online and stuff. But I kind of liked it. It was tangible, because you could see, you walk down to the bank, you know, with, you know, you shoveled the driveway or something, and it added up. And before you knew it, you had $20 or $30. And back in the late 70s, that felt like $1 million. But think of that with resilience and, you know, having that stack up as far as, you know, your own personal and emotional strength. And picture yourself with a big S on your chest and a cape. Okay, so we've got clean your car. Okay, we're not buying a Peloton necessarily. That's a good thing, of course, but little steps. And so another one is, do not go to bed with dirty dishes in the sink. That's so unhealthy for you. And again, anybody who's watching this, who knows me well, knows I am no neat freak. Though they do know, because this isn't new for me, I cannot stand waking up to dirty dishes. And I think I like the illusion of clean, honestly, because it's really clutter I don't like. I don't care as much about the dust bunnies under the fridge or anything that's above my eye level. So basically, above my eyes and below my knees, I don't care that much. I care about clutter, the illusion of clean, and it's so important to wake up and start your day without a dish in the sink. So it's a really good habit to lean into, no matter how tired you are the night before, to do the dishes in the sink and give the counter a swipe so it's sparkly when you wake up. It's huge what this does for our head. And I think we don't always equate dirty dishes with mental health, but there's actually a big connection, a really big connection. To wake up and brand new day and kitchen is clean. I can get a cup of tea and set it on my very clean counter or my very clean table, and pull clean dishes out of the cabinet, and there's nothing lingering from the day before. It also helps with, so the Minecraft thing we've been talking about with getting a fresh start to your day. This day right now with me in the woods is not linked to any other day of my life. It's not linked to last Tuesday or 2 years ago or 10 years ago or my childhood. It's not linked to any of that. Why? Because it's brand new and all we have is the now. And so things like making sure you do the dishes the night before so you wake up to a clean kitchen area, even if it's a small little spot, doesn't matter, as long as it's clean, reminds us that today is a fresh start. It's actually huge, and it's also, since it's a baby step, this is something most people can do no matter what your schedule is, and actually, it's funny with the dishes thing because we had a dishwasher, we now have another one, but there was 10 years in between where we didn't have one, and when it broke, and the kids were all home then in elementary school and stuff, and when we had to do the dishes manually after it broke when they were little, it was interesting because the kids booked and then my husband and I realized how peaceful it was because the hot water and doing them by hand, he and I would take turns, and it was actually very peaceful and serene. So that's another piece. But even if it's a dishwasher, and we have another one now after 10 years, it doesn't matter. Just get them done so you start out your day with a fresh, clean start. Here's another one. Make your bed. Okay, so it's do the dishes at night, make your bed in the morning. And it's funny because my husband and I have a rule that whoever is the last one out has to make the bed. So I'm usually up early because I'm an early bird. Not that he's really super late, but I'm just up really early. And occasionally when we're kind of close, he'll leap out of the bed to try to not do the rule. It's hysterical. We actually both do it. It's kind of like a competition. Doesn't happen much because usually I'm up at 5 something. But when it is close, it's just very funny. But here's the thing. Dishes at night and making the bed in the morning. You do not want to have an unmade bed in the middle of the day or even the late morning. And certainly not at night. It's not good for your brain. It just isn't. It just isn't. New day, bed made, dishes done. That's it. Make the bed. And remember, progress, not perfection. We're not looking for, like the Marines do it in the Army with the corners and you can bounce a quarter on it and all that. No, just make the bed. Make it enough. It doesn't have to, it can be a little crinkly and stuff as long as you make it. And obviously the better you do it, the better for your head. But we're not looking for hospital corners and all that. Making it pass through a drill sergeant. And then there's another one, okay, which actually I am borrowing from my colleague, Leslie Averill, Dr. Leslie Averill, and hopefully her podcast will be up tomorrow. Just waiting for her to just give me the green light on a couple things. She did a fantastic job with her podcast on becoming a success architect is what it is. And she goes through these 8 tips. You can look forward to this hopefully tomorrow. It should be out. It's on Spotify. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be for the Champlainers watching. It'll be in the newsletter as well. So I'm not going to go through all that because it's her thing, and she did a much better job than I could possibly do. But in addition to do the dishes at night, make your bed in the morning, one of those 8 that she has, which is what I'm working on now, is hydrating. Drink more water. It's huge. It's one of the best things we can do for ourselves. And how hard is that? You just get one of those big jugs that has the liters on it. I just got one from Champlain actually, and to be truthful, they're walking around Champlain all over. I see a lot of people doing well with this. With me, I'm working on it because I like to drink tea, and when I refill it, I don't put in a new tea bag most times. I add more water. So in my head, just so you don't overdose on caffeine, in my head I've been hydrating, which it is a little bit, I guess, but it's not the same as drinking water all day long. And when you're keeping track, because it's easy when we're on autopilot to think we're doing something, think we're drinking enough water, which is me right now, okay? And it really hasn't been. I'm sure it hasn't been. And so I'm actually going to fill up my Champlain water jug today when I get to campus. And I'm going to drink it all the way to the top, and then I'm going to do another one. And the important thing with that is to not look to move the sun and its planets all at once. Or like a good friend of mine, Lori Quinn, would say, hey, we don't have to boil the ocean in one day. I love that when she says that. We don't have to boil the ocean in one day. So these baby steps, these resilience baby steps will I'm sure, serve as mojos for you. And And then here's the thing, is we can feel really good about them. Okay, really good about them. So remember, clean your car. That's like a once a week thing. Okay, or even every other week. Whatever is better, progress. So whatever you're doing now, do a little more. So clean your car. For me, it's once a week. That's what I'm striving for. Do the dishes at night, make your bed in the morning, and drink more water. It will add up to you beginning to feel stronger and really good about taking care of yourself. Because that's hard for a lot of people. A lot of us, it's easier for us to take care of others than it is for ourselves. And these little things really, really, really cultivate self-love. All right, awesome. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful, chilly woods of northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.